the next game now, and we are going to get on with it. So, in-game, here we go. So, hello and welcome back. Welcome back to the grand finals of the War is Coming event between the Legends and the Warlords. This is game number 6 now, and the score is currently 4-1 to the Legends. They're doing a really good job. They're doing very, very well, and I kind of hope that the Warlords can pull it back a little bit. Because let's be honest, we don't want to see like a 7-1 wipe or whatever it would be. So I think it's going to be really important for the Warlords to get a couple of wins under their belt, and you know, that would be the best thing in my opinion. Anyway. So anyway, let's introduce the players and see what we've got. Obviously, we've got another 4v4. The next stage of the finals is going to be a 3v3, and then after that it'll be 2v2s. So we've got a lot of different formats to look forward to. This map is Shorelands, and Shorelands is a nice map. I'll explain the map a little more shortly. But first of all, let's introduce the players as usual and see where they're at on the map. So on the flank position then, at the northeast, we've got in the purple Slam. He is playing as the Huns. In the pocket position, we've got Riot in the grey, playing as the Mongols. The other pocket, we've got Bagiofro in the orange, playing as the Mayans. I think my theory is starting to be proven correct about Bagiofro, saying he would only join TyRanT if he can play the Mayans. And on the other flank, we've got Fire playing as the Vikings in the red. That's the TyRanT Warlords. They're up to the north of the map, and they are so far lagging behind. They need to pull their finger out, and they need to get some serious work done if they want to win this event. I mean, there's a lot of money up for grabs here. I think it's like 26k for the winner. That's a lot of money. They need to sort it out. So down to the south of the map then. For the TyRanT Legends, we've got Jordan23. He's playing in the green as the Mongols. We're having a bit of deja vu here. I think we are. Down to the very south of the map, we've got Cab playing in the blue as the Vikings. Yep, he's playing as the Vikings. What a surprise. He's down there. To the right of him, in the yellow, well, it's the Viper. Is he playing as the Persians or the Huns? He's playing as the Huns this time. And he's also in the pocket position. And on the right side, in the teal, we've got Doubt. And let's have a little guess here. Let's have a guess. Is it going to be the Mayans? Yes, it is. What a surprise. I would never have guessed that had I have not seen every other game that these guys played where they all played the same civs every time. I would never have guessed. But there you have it. That's the TyRanT Legends then, down to the very south of the map. Now, let's have a look at what is going on with this map then. Shorelands is a map we've not seen too much of in the past. It's kind of interesting. In the corners, you've got really decent fish. Like, there's a decently large amount of big fish down here in every corner of the map. So it certainly makes sense to go for the water and go to fish this. I certainly think that that is a wise decision to make. There's also fish in the middle as well, though it's unlikely that players are going to be docking on the front here. It's much more safe and much more logical to dock on the back. In this position, Viper's dock is in a bit of a weird place, but it's actually got a decent amount of fish nearby anyway, so he's absolutely fine there, as will be anyone who really docks at the edge of the map. The interesting thing is that all the players are joined by shallows. It's not just a little bit of shallows like on highlands or something like that, or rivers. It's big shallows. These kind of shallows, these are the shallows you can't really wall because they extend all the way around the edge of the map. So if you think for it about this Viper here on the flank against Doubt, the shallows, they could be walled if there is an end point to them. So if Viper walled here, he would have to extend his wall all the way along here, all the way around here, and then suddenly the shallows double back on itself. So he is never going to be able to wall Doubt out by walling the shallows. He could create a funnel towards his TC, but you cannot wall this map. So it makes it really interesting because you kind of have that hybrid between the water and the land. You have to go for the water because it's got big fish and it's really valuable. But at the same time, you have to go for the land. Otherwise, you will get rushed down and you will have a hard time. Also, looking at the gold sort of situation here, there's not a huge amount of gold. There's a little bit of gold on the front, just two mines, a little bit of gold on the back, 2 mines, and then there's 3 mines out to the side. Not much stone either, just a couple of mines of 2, and it's just not amazing. The resource distribution is not amazing, so I think this is a difficult map, and it certainly makes getting out to the edge here definitely worthwhile. These extra little islands around the edge that have extra gold and stone, definitely worthwhile. So that's kind of the overview of the map. This is a map that we've not really seen much out of at all. Someone asked in the chat, why would Viper want to wall Doubt out? I was just using that as an example of if you wanted to wall. I'm just saying you can't. Let's say, for instance, you wanted to fast castle in like a standard game. You'd want to wall just to be on the safe side, and you can't do that. So that obviously it forces a feudal age conflict in a lot of situations. That's my take on it anyway. So down here we got Fire versus Jordan. And that's going to be a rush from Fire versus a scout rush, no doubt, from Jordan. Jordan does love his scouts, and as the Mongols, he will get to use those scouts pretty much every game because the Mongol scouts are just awesome. And the fact that they get that hunt bonus does allow them to get up to the feudal age nice and quickly. So hunt bonus plus a few fish, and Jordan's going to be pumping out scouts for days. But Fire's on his way over. Militia coming in, and this is what I'm saying. Like, let's say for instance you knew your opponent was going to do militia, you might want to wall it. His only option is to wall like this, and that's not good because now he's not got access to gold, which is not an ideal situation if he wants to go into archers. Now, I'm going to assume he wants to go straight into scouts here, but he will have to make the switch into archers at some point. Fortunately, he has got a second gold at the back, so he is going to have at least some gold income. Judging by the fact he had 3 villagers taking gold at the front, it kind of seems to me like Jordan wants to go quite quickly into archers here and then have a faster castle time rather than going into immediately scouts. But I guess we'll wait and see. It's probably going to be a stable now anyway because he's been denied that forward gold, but we'll see. At the moment, he's actually not got enough resources to build anything, as he needs 175 to build a stable or an archery range. On the right side, we got a bit of drush coming in. Sorry, I realized why you might have been confused. Obviously, Viper and Doubt are on the same team when I was using that example earlier. Doubt being attacked here by Slam. Both of them doing a little bit of a drush, but Viper's got his scout in there. Riot's got his scout in here as well, though, and that could make for an interesting fight. But in comes Slam's scout. I think Viper's going to get a double kill. He should just turn around and kill that scout quickly here. He could get away with it. But Riot's getting out of there scot-free, completely undamaged. But so far, the drush has been defended, and Slam's lost his scout as well. On the left side then, that drush hasn't done too much damage, but it has denied a bit of gold. And so far, Jordan not really showing his hand at all. I'm not seeing a military building from him. Oh, there it is, sorry. It's a stable. It would be a stable, yeah. So bringing out some scouts. Adding in the stable there. Gonna get some extra protection for his villagers as they come forwards to attack. And it looks like Jordan wants to get nice and aggressive here. But Fire's coming over with some villagers as well. More militia coming out. That's four militia there from Fire. I'm starting to think we might see the man-at-arms upgrade in a minute. That'd be interesting. But 4 militia, few villagers coming forwards. He's going to tower Jordan on that wood. And Jordan does not have a second wood line yet. So that's kind of a pain in the ass. And at the moment as well, Jordan really struggling for wood. So he's got to make sure he's got 100 wood here before this tower goes up. But he's going to be able to ensure that. 2 archery ranges for Fire. Perhaps Fire's going to be tempted to get the man-at-arms upgrade for 4. Yeah, it's definitely worth it for 4. And there's man-at-arms as well. You could try and pick some villagers with that now. But since that tower is up, it's going to make it a little bit difficult. But it seems like Fire's going to finish his tower anyway. He's just got to be careful not to lose a villager here. And down it goes. Oh dear. Fire's not going to complete that tower at all. And that is bad news for him. Well defended by Jordan23 there. And if he can just pick off the rest of these villagers, he's going to be in a great position. That one's going to go down. One more hit. And even if Jordan loses his scout now, he's done so much work here that it's going to be absolutely fine. Good tower by Jordan there. Great defense. And we got the archery range coming up from him now as well. He has got a couple more scouts. And that's enough to certainly keep these villagers at bay for now. But saying that, Fire's still bringing more over. And I think he's kind of it's a little bit infutile at the moment. I don't know. If he can complete this tower, I think the benefit of that, it's going to be fairly minimal, to be honest with you. Sure, he's going to finish it. That's great. Now what? Okay, so Jordan's might lose a villager here. Maybe... yeah, one down. And now Jordan's going to come in with his scouts, start attacking the tower, and he's going to bring it down pretty quickly. These men-at-arms are going to get cut down very quickly by the tower of Jordan as well. And okay, that tower did deny Jordan's got wood for a little bit, but he's got another lumber camp back here. He's okay for the time being. Now on the water, a little bit of action there. Badgiofro and Cab having a little bit of a scuffle on the right side. There's absolutely nothing going on the water. And we've got archers coming out for Doubt. Archers for Slam as well, but Castle Age already for Riot. And this is the interesting thing, because the pocket players are able to do a pretty decent boom, a decent fish boom here. They're able to get a bunch of fishing ships out. The pocket players are Castle Age by the time the flanks are even starting to get their archers out, and that's pretty huge. I almost think it might work out better to just try and fast castle on the flank and just play really defensively, because the castle times of the pocket players is really quite huge. You know, we're going to see knights out already, and Jordan23 has only just started archer production, so there's a huge difference there. And these knights coming over here on the right side to Doubt. Doubt's not going to have any real protection from these. He's got about 5 archers and a spearman, but fortunately Viper's up to castle as well, and he's going to be helping Doubt defend, I'm sure. But like I say, it's kind of weird having the pockets so fast up to the castle edge. Cab's on the way up. Question is, will he sling or will he do something else? It looks like he's going to go for the water, judging by the 3 or 4 docks. And he's continuing to fight on the left side against Badgiofro as well. So he might get the upper hand there. Doubt now castle as well. And he's going to be upgrading crossbow very soon. That's certainly going to help him defend against these knights. And look at that, there's a hole here. Who'd have thought that? Who would have thought it? There's always a hole, as proven by the non-existent hole that somehow magically appeared right here. That should not be there, but it is, believe it or not. So Badgiofro is up to castle first, which means he's got War Galley first on this left side. Cab is outnumbering him, but Badgiofro here should win that fight if he persists in attacking. So Cab gonna have to go back. Meanwhile, on this right side, we've got crossbows coming in from Slam. Of course, we've got the knights from Riot, and of course the same from Viper and Doubt here. But these guys can cling to their little hill, which is nice, preventing these guys pushing in easily. Pocket players just going to be booming up pretty big time on here for now. It just surprises me really that Viper here not necessarily even Viper or Doubt hasn't added anything on the water, any fires. The real interesting thing is that Slam hasn't even built a dock. And that is weird, because there's a lot of fishing opportunities here. Look at the fish that Doubt's getting. He's getting 4, 5, 6, 8 fishing ships here. Slam has none. And that's going to give Doubt a really big eco lead. In fact, Doubt has 43 eco units. Slam has 35. So he's at a big disadvantage here because of that. And now they're in the castle age. They can really start to push that advantage. Now they're really starting to lay on the gas with the military production. This feudal war on the left side, though, is still raging away. It looks like Fire tried to build another tower there, but so far unsuccessful. And Cab bringing in those war galleys. Good idea, and that's another great thing about having the war galleys here and having water control. The nice thing about water control on this map is that you can always go on the shallows and you can hold down the crossing points. You can hold down really big areas of the map just by putting your war galleys there, and that's a really powerful thing to have. So I have no doubt that they will be fully fighting for the water as the game goes on. But obviously in the early game, with it being so open and unwallable, it is very much going to be about the land, and that's expected. On this right side, pretty much stalematey on the right hand side. Pretty stalematey. And at the moment, Fire just defending with his archers here. He should be up to castle soon, though. Jordan 23 is still feudal. Fire is still feudal. But they've got to think about that castle age soon, because they're going to get left behind if they don't manage to get up. That's going to be really important. At the back of the map, Viper's trying to raid Slam. Slam looks like he's going to get that TC up in time. And Slam and Riot bringing their units back to try and stop that raiding there. Doubt's playing very defensively, which is unusual, I think. It's strange. I don't know why he'd be playing so defensively. He has got an army advantage. He's got more crossbows than Slam. He could come back here, start picking off villagers on these farms. He could do that quite easily, I think. And I think that's it. They're going to push out right now. And I think if Doubt wanted to as well, he could probably get away with dropping a forward siege workshop as well here, because it's really open. And Slam doesn't have a lot of map control at the moment. Slam's just putting up a siege workshop of his own, so it's only going to be a matter of time before Doubt needs siege anyway. But really, in this position, it's open, there's no walls. Slam could lose that TC if they get out a couple of mangonels. That would be really, really strong for those guys to do. At the moment, Fire's in a little bit of trouble. He's really just defending with towers at the moment. That's the only real defense he's got. Looks like Jordan will make it up to the castle age before him. In fact, there you go. Jordan's literally about to click up now, and Fire is quite a way away still. He's on 57 pop, but he's got a lot of food to get before he can actually get up to the next stage here. And the problem for Fire is that, again, he has no fishing ships, and Jordan does. So that's two players on the Warlords team that have no fishing, and that's a big deal. These guys here are going to focus down on this archery range. That's a good idea. Now, that's a good idea. But in comes the mangonel, and that could change things around. It looks like Doubt may have spotted it, though. And he is going to run back. Cab circling around the back now as well, keeping those galleys out. Keeping Bad Jofa on the back foot. And you know, Bad Jofa in this position really doesn't want to have to focus on the water too much. He's playing as the Mayans. He should be getting, you know, a really big eco, ready to go to the Imperial Age. He should be pushing that land advantage, not really focusing on the water. But he doesn't really have a choice, because with Fire being on the flank, he's kind of been pressured into this land war. So we need that siege workshop from Doubt if you want to see any progress for the legends here. It looks like Doubt is more focused on getting ballistics at the moment. He's bringing that up, and he's going to be continuing that crossbow production. He's got a lot. Viper's got a lot, and this is the thing. If they just had a couple of siege workshops, or a single siege workshop and a couple of siege units, they would probably have Slam's base razed to the ground by now. They have a huge military advantage. It's not even funny. 37 plus 14 for the legends there versus 24 plus 17. It's a pretty big advantage for the TyRanT Warlords by about 20 units. It's a pretty hefty difference. On the left side then, Jordan's up to the castle age now though, and he's getting ready to push his advantage, probably using knights then by the looks of things. Obviously we know that Fire's wide open. We're seeing knights coming straight out for Jordan here. We know that Fire's mostly got archers, but we know that his economy is just protected by watchtowers. So going knights makes the most sense. They have the better resistance to arrow fire. And I think I think that going Knights is the perfect solution on this left side. On the right side, Slam and Rhea are actually pushing out, which surprises me. You'd think they'd play a little more defensively, knowing that they've got to push against a hill. But still, Doubt not getting that Siege Workshop. I'm going to assume that he's going to go Imp before he gets a Siege Workshop up. Though saying that he could use the Siege Workshop as his Castle Age building, who knows. In this situation, though, Viper has to come in and snipe this Mangonel here. That's basically his one job. But I think Viper's up to Imp now. Yes, he is. Fire's on the way up to Castle. Viper's on the way up to Imp. And as the Huns, we know he's going to be going straight for Paladin. It's basically the only option here for the Huns. Going Cavalry Archer is just not good in a team game, really. So there you go. He's going to try and snipe that Mangonel. He's probably going to lose a few knights in the process, but that's going to make things nice and safe for Doubt to engage now. Well, not safe, but it's certainly going to make things safer for him to engage. And with that Mangonel down, with the superior army here for Doubt, with superior numbers here for Doubt, they should be getting nice and aggressive. But saying that, Riot's got a lot of knights in here, and Viper needs to start bringing his knights over. Fortunately, as we know, Viper's on the way up to Imp now, so his knight production is about to go through the roof, and Doubt's going to be going up to Imp in a minute as well. He's looking for a castle at the moment. Once he gets that castle, though, he'll be sorted. And Viper, for now, just fully upgraded on the knights, killing a little bit of time, perhaps, until he can get to the Imperial Age and absolutely flatten this army. But hey, who knows? Riot and Slam could come in and do quite a bit of damage to Viper's eco at the very least. These knights from Riot fully upgraded, and Viper has no fletching or bodkin arrows, so these guys are literally going to be invincible, or nearly invincible, underneath these town centers here. In fact, look at that. He's just going straight for the TC. He can see that that TC has no attack upgrades, and he's just going ham on it. But now we've got Cab in the choke point. We've got Viper up to the Imperial Age. And, hey, looks like he's going to lose that TC there. Viper now bringing the rest of his knights over. And he's going to do that Cavalier upgrade almost instantly. Doubt's coming in from behind. Good move by him. And if Viper can just save this TC, that's going to be awesome for him. But it looks like Rhea just has too many knights at the moment. It's hard to tell because the yellow is really diminished. It would seem like Doubt's going to get the upper hand at the back, and Viper might just win this fight here as well. It's pretty hard to tell. It looks like he's going to have it though. And there you go. They're cleaned up. Obviously the help of the TC there, laying down a little bit of extra firepower. Riot losing every last knight. Slam losing every last crossbow, and I'm amazed that that TC didn't go down. What a fight right there, though. I don't think that was a good move for Slam and Riot. They overextended massively, and they've got nothing to fall back on here. They are not in the Imperial Age. Doubt's on the way up, but Slam and Riot, both of them still castle. They're about to click up, but they are not up yet, and that means that with Viper being in the Imperial Age, with Cavalier now done, with +4 defense now done, he's going to hit them right back, and they're going to have absolutely nothing to defend with. On the water, Cab and Badgiofro are still going for it, but they're not really going, like, you know, all out. At the moment, Cab's just looking for some gold back here, which is a good idea, and he might get himself the galleon upgrade. It's certainly going to be worthwhile if Badgiofro persists on the water here. Meanwhile, on the left side, we've not really seen too much going on over there, but it would seem that Jordan and Fire are still going at it. Jordan's got himself a Mangonel now, but things are going really slow on this left side thanks to that feudal war. But there's Viper coming forwards. There's the galleon upgrade for Cab, laying into the economy of Slam here. And Viper gonna get through with those Cavalier eventually. It's gonna happen. The castle drop on the front from Doubt. You could call that ballsy, but I would just say it's just well timed, because he's about to hit the Imperial Age as the castle goes up. He's going to have a Treb out. That castle from Riot is going to be on the floor in about 3 minutes time. And really, This castle could not be better timed or better placed, in my opinion. It's great, and Slam's just got nothing to fall back on here. Like I said, these guys lost a huge amount earlier on, and this is the thing now as well. With Cab having the water control, he can start damaging this army from a mile away. And no matter where they are on the map, Viper can reach them. Viper's coming into to Bact now, coming into Bad Geoffro. Bad Geoffro may not have a wall, a hole, but if there's no hole, he can easily get through a palisade wall here with Cavalier. He's about to have Paladin as well, any minute now, I assume. It's about 50%, so it's not going to be long. And yeah, Slam Riot just so dead on this right side, so dead. Doubt's going to be getting that that Treb out. There it is, right from that castle there. Two Trebs at a time. Riot's castle is no more. Looks like Fire might have done a little bit of damage over here, but it's too late. It is too late. The TyRanT Legend's going to get yet another win. And also Doubt there with Arbalest at the end. That army from Doubt and Viper, just too much. And these guys had some good teamwork over here. I feel like Slam and Riot really overextended with that Castle Age army. I don't really know what they were trying to achieve in that fight. They probably had a chance to run before Doubt came around the back, but once Doubt came around the back, that was it. They were kind of forced to stay and fight. But honestly, it's just sad to me that that Riot and Slam just overextended in Viper's base there. That kind of makes me feel a little sad. But oh well, what are you going to do? They made that choice, and they lost probably because of it. Other than that, though, a little bit of back and forth on the left side. Not a huge amount going on there. There wasn't a huge amount of action. And good job by Cab on the water. But as the Vikings, that's his job. That's what he's expected to do. And he did pretty well. So I'm going to come out of this game here. And we're going to go